The Dodge Demon 170 is the gift that keeps on giving. Now, I've been accused of plenty of times in the past year of being one that's been sabotaging the Demon, talking bad about it because I'm so jealous of it because I can't afford one, even though I have one. And so I've been catching a lot of flack from a lot of YouTubers and people on the forums and stuff because I keep spreading misinformation. But I don't understand how I spread the misinformation if I'm sharing documentation from dealerships and Dodge themselves. And so that leads me into this video right here, where Dodge has now officially recalled every single Demon 170 in the country and Canada too. So in this video, we're gonna go over this documentation and we're going to see whether or not I'm spreading misinformation or I'm just speaking facts. If you've been watching my channel for the last couple of years, you know I love a good deal. Whether it's saving $1,000 on Ram TRXs or Hellcats or helping you guys save money on your Demon 170s from all these dealer shenanigans, I love good deals. And there's no better deal that I can figure out online than with my buddies at JustBoughtOns and DragRacingWheels.com, where you can use my promo code BUTTER at checkout to save up to an additional 15% off on your next order. So check out my friends at JustBoughtOns and DragRacingWheels.com, where some of the best prices online just got a little bit better. Now, over the past several months, I've been called literally every name you can think of. I've been spreading misinformation, disinformation, I've been spreading hoaxes, yada, 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 anytime I talk about the Demon 170. Even though I would give dealership paperwork, I would give pictures of stuff going on, I would get documentation from Dodge, still the same nonsense. And even though a few months ago, I called out literally every single person who basically wanted to claim that I was spreading disinformation, misinformation. Here we go months later, and they still have not gotten a shred of evidence that I was spreading anything false. And I said to go and find out if anything I said over the past year, 2024, about Demon 170 was false, and still no one's up to the plate. So here we go yet again, and here is 2025, and Dodge has released a brand new recall for the 2023 Dodge Demon 170. And you guys seen it, my 38,000 friends and 65% of you got nice subscribe, that I've made several videos over the past year, 2024, about issues with these spark plugs in these cars. Now, I've shown you guys how I've had conversations with Dodge about this in the background. I've shown you guys this first little TSB or star bulletin right here that I'm gonna have scroll on the screen, how Dodge was going to basically go and they're aware situations where sometimes the light will go off for your check engine light for your spark plugs, and sometimes it will not go off, and the dealership will go in, check every single spark plug and re-gap them back properly. And then I showed you guys the next little piece of information that came out a few months after that, where now it moved over to another little bulletin where they had more information about doing re-gapping spark plugs and actually changing different spark plug numbers. And now here we go in 2025. Now we have an actual recall on the books, and how every single Demon 170 owner is going to get a piece of mail from Dodge to schedule an appointment to get every single spark plug in their Demon 170 replaced. So let's jump straight into this. So I'm gonna put this right here on the screen. I'm gonna put it long ways. So I want you to go ahead and screenshot this and go ahead and contact your dealership, because you're gonna have to contact them in order to schedule a service. You don't necessarily have to wait for the piece of mail to come in, especially some of you guys who's actually moved from the time that you order your Demon 170 to now, because that was like what spring of 2023, and here we go like a year and some change later. So basically a year and a half later, not everybody's living in the same house. So if you know somebody who has a Demon 170, including guys who got them in mothballs with like delivery miles on them, let them know that, hey, there is a recall for the Demon 170, and then for them to call their dealership. It doesn't say on here when they need to call a power broker dealer or not. So I'm pretty sure that any regular dealership can handle this problem. But yes, there is a repair kit that needs to be purchased by the dealership from Dodge in order to fix your Demon 170. And so we're going to get into that in this video. So let's go through the different pieces of this article. Well, not article, but this document. So this does affect the 2023 Dodge Challenger Demon, and this is about the spark plugs. And you can see right here the reference number is A6B. Now this document is 100% real, because I sent this exact document to one of my power brokers buddies, and he in fact confirmed to me that yes, this is real, and that repair kit is actually real. And he actually sent me a photo of it and the spark plugs in it. So I know 100% that this is a real document from Dodge. The spark plug gap on about 3,311 of the above vehicles may be set too high. The vehicle may experience a reduction in power or an engine misfire and may illuminate the malfunction indicator lamp. So basically, like I said earlier, not every time there's an issue with these Demon 170s and the spark plugs would you get a check engine light. Sometimes it would happen, sometimes it wouldn't happen. Sometimes it had to do more so with the catalytic converter causing a check engine light than it did the spark plugs, because that was a problem that Dodge told me in the background that they had to replace some cats in some of these cars. Probably more than likely it was just a supplier issue, so I don't really fault that on Dodge or whatever. I know someone's going to say, oh my God, this is definitely fake because there's not 3,311 Demon 170s. Dodge said they only made 3,300 of them. Now I'm going to say, if you did not know, that Stellantis or FCA in general too, they make more special edition cars than what they tell you about. Those extra cars normally go to like executives or VIPs or whoever. So like prime example is like what the like I did a video about the special edition Ram TRXs, like the Anvil edition ones. I think Dodge said they made like 702, but when you look at the actual data and actual pull window stickers for every single Anvil TRX made, I want to say they made over 800 or so. That was an old video I did back like about what 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but they made more Anvil TRXs than they told you guys that they actually did. Don't believe the exact numbers that Dodge tells you of how many cars that they make, because they always make a few extra. And like I said, I know that they do that because I know people who actually pull up the actual window stickers and actual build sheets for these cars. So I know that they exist. I knew they made about 4 or 5 of them, but I did not know they made 11 of them. So that's where those other 11 are. You're probably never really going to see them for a long time. And people probably gonna think they're fake, but they're not fake. They're just extra cars that Dodge or Jeep, whoever, they always make a little bit extra than what they actually lead you to believe. Some vehicles above may have been identified as not involved in this campaign and therefore have been excluded from this campaign. I don't believe that for a second. I think that's just a legal notice, whatever in there. But yeah, every single person that I told to go to the dealership to get the spark plugs gap checked, because I said in the video, all you do is go to the dealer, tell them that, hey, there's something going on with my car, or my engine is not really like, it's like not really performing like I feel like it should. And every single person I told to go do that, and they actually went and did it, every single one of them told me that some of their spark plugs was not gapped properly. So they went and got it fixed, and they're totally fine. Some of the involved vehicles may be in dealerships' new inventory, and dealers should complete this campaign service on these vehicles before retail delivery. So basically, if the dealer still has a Demon 170 still sitting in the showroom, honestly, I wouldn't buy from that dealership anyway, because that dealership still has a Demon 170 in the showroom sitting unsold. They probably got a mark so daggone high that people aren't interested in buying it, because you can go and bring a trailer and go buy a Demon 170 for way cheaper than what that Demon is in that showroom, and people just don't care to pay into a dealership's greed. That's just a nice little tip. If you're looking for a Demon 170, go and bring a trailer. You'll most likely find it at a cheaper price than you will at the dealership. Just saying. And so also right here, dealerships also perform this repair on vehicles in used inventory, and those vehicles are in for service. So even if you didn't necessarily do this recall, like got the notification on it, even if your Demon 170 is in for service, they're gonna do it anyway. So like I said, this is for every single vehicle that has this particular engine in there. And so, like I said, if you're going to take a Demon in for service, make sure you send them this screenshot I just gave you that you want this service done. That way they can make sure they have all these spark plugs ordered, because it comes in one particular kit. They got to have that kit in stock in order to do it to your engine. Now, if you look at the repair to be determined, replace all 16 spark plugs by following the directions outlined in the service procedure below. So basically, in the other TSBs that I showed you, they was only going to take them out, re-gap them, and if they was out of spec, they will replace them. Now in this particular recall, every single spark plug in your Demon 170 is going to be replaced. Now, there's some caveats to that too. Now, there's some people that I've helped personally to where they were getting their spark plugs replaced, and the dealership charged them to replace them because a couple of these spark plugs was actually seized into the engine block. Let Dodge know, because I just did this back in like November, where someone reached out to me with like, hey, look, the dealership charged me to basically unseize a factory spark plug in my engine. I'm like, dude, that doesn't sound right. So I went and talked to Dodge, and Dodge basically put this in the hands of their customer care team, And I think within like 3 or 4 weeks, I got a text message that Dodge actually refunded him the money that the dealership charged once he provided them actually provided them the actual invoice from the dealership, and Dodge cut him a check for the money they charged. So if you've had an issue with these spark plugs in your car and the dealership charged you for it, make sure you tell Dodge and make sure you have your paperwork with the actual amount that they charged you on that paperwork. Because I know from experience that Dodge will reimburse some people depending on the case. Now, if you went and you know, replaced different spark plugs, whatever, I don't know how that's gonna fly. But if you had issues with your car and it was like a seize because that was something that was from the factory, make sure you let Dodge know, because like I said, I've done this a few times where I've had to intervene on some of you customers' behalves to get Dodge involved, and they always came through. Like, there's not been a single time where I've contacted Dodge about a problem that one of you guys had that they didn't take care of it. So make sure you have your paperwork. If something shady would happen, go talk to Dodge, because it's not really a Dodge problem, it's a dealer problem. Because a lot of these dealers are losing money and they'll try to get you with all kinds of stupid little fees to make a little extra cash in their pocket. That's what I'm gonna say about that part. You'll see right here on the label description, it's gonna take almost 2 hours for to replace all 16 spark plugs. Now everybody know that yes, all these Hemi engines, they use 2 spark plugs per cylinder. So we have more spark plugs than an Aventador does, even though Aventador has a V12 engine. Go figure. You see right here that this is a C kit. I don't know why it's called a C kit. Basically, the part number is CCAQ A6B1AA. That's basically just a long way of saying that it's basically a box with 16 spark plugs in it. And if you look at the other TSB, you'll see that Dodge did a change from one spark plug to another one in the D170. And now what they're doing is they put it all in one box, ship it to the dealership. And I'm hoping that they're already pre-gapped from the factory. Like, I don't know if Champion pre-gapping them, I don't know if Dodge pre-gapping them, but I'm hoping they already pre-gapped. Now, one of my dealership buddies, like I said, actually sent me photos of the actual spark plugs in there. So I'm gonna show you guys right here on the camera. There we go. So that's the actual spark plug that's in the actual kit. And here there goes the actual part number right here of the actual spark plugs in the kit, which that matches up on the spark plugs from the other TSB. And there goes the actual number on the actual spark plugs themselves. Come on, come on. There we go. If you're going to get this recall done, that you call your dealership first, because they have to actually have this kit in stock first in order to do it. So it's better to go ahead and let them know that, hey, I'm gonna bring my Demon to you, and for them to go ahead and make sure they got the kit in stock. Now, my buddy told me that they already had a couple in stock, because I guess that they're already working on Demon 170s like that with these particular issues and stuff. You look down here for owner notification and service scheduling. All involved vehicle owners known to FCA are being notified of the service requirement by mail. So like I said, if you move locations, that service letter is going to go to the original proper location when you order your D170. Now, I don't know if they're going to go through and basically do that based on when you signed your your waiver, or if you basically order it from the dealership, but that's where they're going to actually get that address from. They are requested to schedule appointments for this service with their dealers. A generic copy of the owner letter is scheduled. Now, I didn't see the actual other part of it. I should ask my buddy to send it to me, but it doesn't really matter. We got this one page right here, and we know it's a recall. So you can go ahead, like I said, let your dealership know that, hey, you want this recall done in your car. They can order this kit and then go and schedule it. Now, my D170, I'm gonna get it done on mine. I gotta call my dealership back because I missed an appointment, because my particular problem, my D170, is I have an oil leak. For some reason, one of my front oil coolers is leaking oil out of it. So I was supposed to have an appointment on January 7th, but I wasn't really feeling too particularly good. So I missed that appointment. And they were supposed to go in and fix that oil leak and also re-gap my spark plugs. So I didn't know about this particular notification about the recall until a few days ago. So that's why I'm making this video now. So I'm gonna have to call the dealership probably again today, schedule another appointment. Usually it's been like 2 weeks out. So I'm probably not gonna get my D170 into the dealership department until maybe the last week of January. And so I'm gonna have them make sure that this kit right here is in stock, fix my oil leak, and I should be able to drop my D170 back in February. I mean, it's snowing outside, so I'm not gonna drop my D170 anyway. I think the last time I drove my Demon was probably in November and such. So the only thing I really done was basically just move it around. And I think that's probably the last time I got my oil change too, was around like October, November. So maybe the technician didn't, tighten up one of my drain plugs in my in one of my oil coolers, whatever. So maybe that's why I got an oil leak. So I mean, we'll see. So I know that's what happened with my particular D170, but like I said, if you know anybody that has a D170, make sure they get a copy of this daggone recall, especially if they move. Go ahead and actually schedule appointments with a dealership. That way they can get this kit in. That way you already have it done. And go ahead and know it'll take at least about 2 hours for them to fix your car. So I don't know what you're gonna do if you're gonna sit there and wait and look around. Maybe go check out the Charter Daytona EV while you wait. You know, that's what I might do. I might see. I think I got one dealership around me that's supposed to have a Charter Daytona EV, so I might try to call them and see if I can schedule an appointment with them and see whether I can check out the Charter Daytona EV if they actually get it in stock and actually go check it out at the dealership. But yeah. But I know somebody's gonna probably go ahead and say that, oh, I'm spreading another hoax, spreading another rumor or whatever, but I mean, it comes with the job. But let me know what you guys think, and until the next time, I'm out.